Good evening. I'm Randy Shaw along with Penny Daniels. Q6 News at 6 starts now.
You're watching KHQ Channel 6 Local News.
From your Northwest News Channel, this is Q6 News at 6.
A Gonzaga student gets a death threat in the mail because he's gay. The letter threatens him with the same fate as a gay student in Wyoming who was beaten, tied to a fence post, and left for dead. The senior is Grant Smith, who received the letter, but he declined to talk to us about it today.
But we did talk to staff and to another gay student who is frightened by this latest threat. Q6 reporter Laura Papetti joins us live now from the university with more. Laura.
Penny and Randy, the student newspaper here at Gonzaga is choosing not to cover the Grant Smith story. Not because they don't like talking about hate or hate crimes, but partly because they have to talk about it so much. In fact, in these newspapers just from October alone, they talk about hate crimes and hate, including this article that features Grant Smith, the student who received the death threat. And in it, he talks about how he's experienced much harassment just because he's gay. And this was weeks before the latest incident.
It's a beautiful setting, a campus along the banks of the Spokane River. But Gonzaga University has had its share of hatred and ugliness, with racist mail to African-American students, gays and lesbians being harassed, now a death threat to a homosexual student.
Really shocked. I can't even imagine that this happened.
As Travis made his way to class today, this latest threat weighed heavily on his mind.
I don't know, it scares me. It does. It really scares me.
As a gay student, Travis is still dealing with the death of Wyoming student Matthew Shepard. Now his friend Grant receives a letter threatening him with a similar fate.
I've never heard it as a death threat before. I mean, I've heard, like dyke or faggot, words used like that. But I mean, they talked about the fence and that Grant was going to find himself there.
Hundreds at Gonzaga held a candlelight vigil to remember Matthew Shepard and denounce hatred. And Travis is quick to point out that overall, Gonzaga is a safe place where the majority does not tolerate violence. But this beautiful fall day was marred with the news of this threat.
It does have to make me think.
It makes him think twice about walking across campus late at night, but it also urges him to speak out.
Silence is one of the worst things that we can do.
And Penny, some administrators did meet today to talk about what to do about this latest incident of hate mail. There's not much they can do. They're dealing with such a few select people who are choosing hate crimes, and choosing to give Gonzaga a bad name. We did hear about a student group that is trying to foster better relations between homosexual students and heterosexual students. We'll have to follow up on them and see how they're doing. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Laura Papetti reporting. School officials